Students, welcome to Maths class. Today, we are going to discuss the further types of the topic probability, which deals with the study of chances. Firstly, let's have a look on the remaining objectives. Objective number 3 is probability in case of two coins. Objective number 4 is probability in case of alphabets. Students, we are already knowing the formula of probability, that is P of A is equals to number of favorable outcomes upon total number of possible outcomes, where E stands for an event and P stands for probability. So it is known as probability of an event. Also, we are already knowing the steps to solve the sums. So I'll repeat the steps for you. Step number 1, to write the sample space. This is the step number 1. Step number 2 is to write the particular part to be solved of the question. Now, step number 3 is to write the formula of probability, which I have told you just now. Now, next step is step number 4. Step number 4 is to write the favorable outcomes of the particular part which we are going to be solved. Now, students, last step is step number 5. Put values of favorable and possible outcomes and do the cutting if possible. So these are the 5 steps to solve the sums related to probability. Now students, by using these 5 steps, we will discuss further types. Now students, let us discuss the type number 3 of the topic, which is related with the case of two coins. Now, statement is two coins are tossed simultaneously. Find the probability of getting 2 heads, 1 tail, no head, at most 1 head, at least 1 head. So these are the 5 types, 5 parts of the questions which we have to solve. Now, children, first of all, we have to write the sample space, means what are the possible outcomes in case of two coins. Either it can be both heads, means on both coins it might be head and head. Second case is on one coin it might be head and on other coin it might be tail. Third case, on first coin it might be tail and on second coin it can be head. And fourth possibility is on both coins it might be tail. So this is the sample space in case of two coins. Formula P of A is equals to number of favorable outcomes upon total number of possible outcomes. Now we have to solve first part, that is 2 heads. Give the heading 2 heads. What are the favorable outcomes? This one. 2 heads means HH. And how many number of favorable outcomes are there? 1 only. And number of total possible outcomes, that I have told you, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here 4 will come. So therefore P of A is equals to 1 upon 4. Now this was the part number first. Now next part, 1 tail. Students, we have to solve the sum for 1 tail. See from the sample space which are the cases in which there are only 1 tail. So this one, HT and TH. So 1 tail, favorable outcomes HT, TH. So number of favorable outcomes 2 and number of total outcomes 4. So therefore P of E is equals to 2 upon 4. And after cutting we will get 1 upon 2. So this is the second part. Now come to the third part. Third part is no head. No head means we have to take those parts in which there is no head. Here is head, here is head, here also head. Now this is the only part where there is no head. So it will come in favorable outcomes. T, T. So favorable outcomes, number of favorable outcomes 1 and number of total outcomes are 4. So therefore P of E is equals to 1 upon 4. So this is the part number 3rd. Now move to the fourth part, that is at most one head. Students, before starting with this part, firstly let us understand the meaning of the word at most. At most means less than equals to. So less than equals to what? Less than equals to, here I have written 1, so it is less than equals to 1 head. Means either it should be 1 head or less than 1 means 0, or there should be 0 head. So therefore favorable outcomes is equals to HT 1 head, TH 1 head, TT 0 head. So these are the 3 favorable outcomes, 3, and number of total possible outcomes, that are 4. So therefore P of E is equals to 3 upon 4. So this is the part number 4th. Now move to the 5th part. This is at least one head. So now what is the meaning of at least? At least means greater than equals to 1. Greater than equals to 1, because here I have written 1 head. So favorable outcomes will be HT 1 head, TH 1 head, and HH. Greater than 1 means 2 heads. So therefore again how many favorable outcomes are there? 3. And how many total outcomes are there? 4. So therefore P of E is equals to 3 upon 4. So this was all about the sum in which we have to find probability in case of 2 coins. Now students, let us start with next type, that is type number 4, which is based on the problems related to alphabets. Now read the statement. What is the statement? Statement is a letter is chosen from the word triangle. What is the probability that the letter chosen is a vowel or a consonant? Now students, we will correlate this type with our steps. Step number 1, which I told you to write the sample space. Step number 1 is to write the sample space. So sample space will be T, R, I, A, N, G, L, E. So this is the sample space. Now next step is to write the particular part to be solved. Here first part which I have to solve is choosing a vowel. Now this is the step number 2. Now what is the step number 3rd? Step number 3rd is to write the formula of probability. So here I have written the formula first. Now what is the next step? Next step is to write the favorable outcomes of the particular part. Now favorable outcomes of this first part are the vowels, that are I, A, and E. So these are the 3 favorable outcomes, and number of total possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So therefore number of total possible outcomes is equals to 8. Now come to the fifth step. Fifth step is to put values of favorable and possible outcomes and do the cutting. So here I have put values in formula, that is 3 upon 8. Cutting is not possible. We will not do the cutting. So this is the part number 1. Now move to the second part, that is choosing a consonant. So what are the favorable outcomes? Favorable outcomes are T, R, N, G, L. Right here T, R, N, G, L. So number of favorable outcomes are 5 and number of total possible outcomes are 8. So therefore P of E is equals to 5 upon 8. So this was all about type number 4. So students, this was all about the topic probability. Now students, I hope that topic is clear to you, and also now you will be able to solve the worksheets which have been sent to you in your SNAP homework. Thank you and have a nice day.